name's John Leach. I was the founder of Winning Pitch. The company specialised in supporting small and medium-sized businesses with a growth ambition to make the most of the business. So we provide coaching, support, consultancy, advice, and various other support services that are needed by an ambitious business. My life started as an industrial chemist back in the late 80s. I very quickly decided that that wasn't my career. I had an appetite for business, for entrepreneurial projects, been through a number of growth businesses, sold them, exited, raised venture capital, but my baby was set up in 2005, which was Winning Pitch. The business working with local and central government, providing solutions to support startup growth and scale up business community. And the business was based upon a number of national and regional contracts that supported ambitious entrepreneurs to realise their full potential. The sale of the business was a mix of emotional and commercial issues. I think as you start to approach your mid-50s, you start to look at life through a different window. There's new things you want to do, there's new opportunities you want to pursue, and there are essentially new projects that you want to have a go at. So that's one reason. I guess from a commercial point of view, the business was doing very well. We were winning lots of contracts, and we were, as a brand, becoming nationally recognised as one of the key coaching businesses in the entrepreneurial community. So with a strong order book, with a good team, with strong growth opportunities, and then a chance meeting with Dave Kendrick at UHY, I decided to take a closer look at selling my business. The challenges that we faced around the deal process was the sort of quite a few challenges. I guess from the one that's most prominent was the fact that selling our business, there was a small pool of companies that would be in a position to take the business forward. So one of the key challenges that we faced was when we went out to market was, our business is really interested, or does you just want to find out more about what we do, how we do it, and where we've won business. So I guess, having trusted advice through Dave and his team, we were able to sort out the wheat from the chaff and really understand which businesses were very interested in what we had to offer, where the cultures aligned, and where there was a good fit. I guess that was number one. And I guess the other challenge was, and I'm sure this is echoed by other businesses, would be the due diligence process. Solicitors and lawyers have a great way of finding things that you didn't know existed, and so that whole legal process and that legal due diligence, coupled with finding the right culture and the right fit, probably were the most prominent challenges that we faced in selling the business. The value that UHY brought to the process were, if you think about the sale process, it's divided into a number of constituent parts. It's the identification of potential suitors, it's approaching them, it's sorting out and finding out who's really interested, and then it's the negotiation. So if you view what UHY did in terms of each part of that process, I think the preparation bit was getting the story right of the business and articulating that, presenting that in a teaser or in an information memorandum, which would stand out from the crowd. So that preparation bit was really, really important. Then it was about targeting the right buyers and the right businesses that I felt would, be a true cultural alignment, where there would be true cultural alignment. So Dave and his team were able to do that, and then the negotiation was where again the value was brought in that, Dave and his team do this week in, week out, negotiating the right price, negotiating how much front, how much deferred, that has to be left in expert hands, and that's where they brought the value. I've always run any business I've been involved with the mantra of run your business today as though you're going to be invested in or you're going to exit tomorrow. And that means if an opportunity to sell the business or investment arises, you are actually ready. You have to be ready to sell your business. And for me, there are a number of drivers that I think are important to getting that right. I think the first one is understanding what you want out of a business sale. So in terms of personal value, in terms of, I guess, to be crude, the size of the check, cultural alignment of a partner. Do you want an elegant exit? So those are personal things that are really important, that drive everything else. So you need to work that out in terms of what are the personal motivators. You also need to have a very strong team in place, a team that is going to be trusted by a potential acquirer, and that is probably one of the most difficult things to do, is having the right people in the right seats, sat around the boardroom table in the right place. So it's a people thing. I think the other issue is around being able to demonstrate that you've hit your targets and your goals on the business plan. So ruthless financial and performance management. You need to be on top of that. You need to be demonstrating that you've hit your numbers. The other important issue is being able to articulate and demonstrate your point of difference, your position in the market, what customers think of you is really very, very important. That you have for the want of a better phrase, a USP, a point of differentiation that allows you to command the margins, the growth, and the business wins that would engage a potential acquirer. Then it's about your growth story. What happened yesterday is yesterday. What someone's buying is the future. So you have to have a strong story around where the growth's going to come from, the markets, the new customers, the new opportunities, and to be able to articulate that and document that and evidence that very clearly. And finally, it's around governance and housekeeping, to be able to have the business has got to be a very clean business when you sell it, in terms of relationship with regulatory bodies, in terms of governance, in terms of quality systems, in terms of the leases. It's very, very important that housekeeping is in place, because if it's not, legal people will find it out. And I guess the final bit of advice is don't hide anything. Just be upfront with the business. No business is perfect. There's always an issue or a problem within any business. Just be upfront with that. I think following those guidelines and that bit of advice will hopefully put you in a good position.